Welcome back, everyone. I am Andrew Jensen, your friendly neighborhood realtor. And today's video, it's all about moving. It can be a huge pain to have to move, gathering all your stuff up, putting it together, hiring out the truck, going into the new house, getting it all unpacked, who's gonna help you. So here are my sort of little tidbits that I've picked up over my years as a realtor that might help you make your moving experience a lot easier. Let's get started. First thing that I would recommend for you when you're thinking about moving is getting all your boxes organized and thinking about how many you might need and then tripling it. I know it sounds crazy, but honestly, that is the rule. You're gonna use more boxes than you think. So my little general rule is when you look at the home, you say, okay, I need this many boxes, we have this many rooms, take that number, triple it, that's how many boxes you'll actually need. And honestly, it'll save you a huge headache because nobody likes getting to the end of the move, you're running out of boxes, and then you have to start piling things into a U-Haul or a truck or a trailer, and it's all kind of falling apart in the back. So there you go. Rule of three, triple it, whatever you want to call it. But when you think you have enough boxes, make sure that you do about 3 times as much. The next little moving hack that I have for you guys, I have done myself quite a lot actually. So when me and Lori move, we will tend to look around and we'll say, okay, do we really need that extra set of chairs? Do we need that ratty old couch? And if we don't, then we will tend to donate it or sell it. And that not only makes the load a lot less, but if you get a little extra cash, then you can just invest that in newer, fancier furniture when you get to your new place, right? So it's kind of a win-win there. The other thing too that I'll kind of tack on to this one is if you're a very sentimental person, you have all these sentimental objects, you know, maybe it's like that painting that your niece did for you when she was 10 years old and it looks awful, but you keep it because you love it and she's sweet. Well, what you can do is just take a picture of those kinds of things and get rid of it. You know, it sounds pretty harsh, but if you think about it, a picture, you're gonna see more of it anyways, and it just makes it so the load is a little bit lighter as well. So if you have some sentimental objects that you think you can just take a picture of, keep that digital image of it, and then be able to get rid of it, that might be the best way to help make moving a little bit easier for you. So these next couple that I'm going to talk about here are pretty awesome because they make things so much easier. And the first thing I'm going to say is label like a boss. Label everything very clearly. I don't want to see a box that's going to the kitchen, just label with a little K on there. I want to see kitchen. You might even say like which shelves, if you already know which shelves you want to put it on, that kind of thing. Make labeling a priority because it's going to make the move-in so much smoother. And kind of to go with that one as well is, you know, sometimes we ask ourselves, which room should we start with when it comes to packing it up? And some people just sort of do little odds and ends in every single room. What I would suggest is that you pick rooms and just pack them up themselves. And my recommended order for that is to go from least used to most used. So if you barely use your storage room, or if you barely use that second, bedroom or that guest bedroom, start there, pack those ones up, and then you will be packing those first into the truck. And then afterwards, you'll pack, your more essential rooms like kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, that kind of thing. And then you pack those last into the truck so that when you move them out again, the most essential rooms are coming out first so that you can have a team inside that are kind of unpacking and putting things away. There you go, there's a couple ones. Label like crazy, and then make sure that when you're doing the rooms, do them in a specific order, probably from least used to most used, and also that comes into play when you're putting it into the truck and out of the truck. Okay, this one's really simple, but it makes a huge difference. Have you ever been to IKEA, and you know those big blue IKEA bags that are basically like a tarp with a handle on it? Those bags are actually really, really effective at moving. They're super cheap, they're super strong, they'll keep everything safe. So there's my little life hack for moving is use those blue IKEA bags. They make a big difference when it comes to hauling around the awkward stuff like a lamp, something that's not gonna fit into a box. Put it in those big IKEA bags. It makes things so much easier. You will thank me for it later. So this next little tip is something that my clients have recommended a few times, and it's pretty awesome. There are literally companies that you can hire that will come and they will drop off a big steel shipping container right on your driveway. So with my clients, they might have a possession day that's 90 days in the future, If you want to take your time moving things out, putting it in this container, then you can. And then you don't necessarily have to hire a truck, because what'll happen is that same company will come and will pick up that container when you want them to, put it all together and drop it off at your new place, and you unload it and they'll pick up the container when you're all done. So that shipping container, there's a lot of different companies that use these. They're actually pretty neat, and I recommend you guys do it if you have a little bit of time and you want to just sort of slowly get things moved out. Next thing on the list, pack an essentials box for your first night there. So what the essentials box is literally the essentials. It's your first day box. It's the first box that you're gonna unpack. So a lot of times this will be like your shampoo, phone chargers, toothbrush, that kind of thing. And the reason why it's important is because nobody wants to be like hunting through all the different boxes in the house just so you can find your toothpaste on that first night. So save yourself a little bit of a headache and just pack a very simple essentials box. Maybe just put it on the front seat in the car when you drive to your new home. The other thing too is make your bed. It sounds so simple, but it's like when you first move in, make your bed, because the last thing you want is to be late at night, you've been unpacking all night, you just want to crash, you want to have a nice bed all made up so you can just get the rest you need, and then the next morning have at it again. So there you go. Pack an essentials box, make that bed. Those are some of the first things you should prioritize when you first get into the house. This next one isn't necessarily like a hack or a tip or anything like that, but it's advice. If you're gonna use your friends to help you move, make sure they're really good friends and make sure that you feed them well. So bring pizza, bring donuts, whatever it takes to get them happy, because they're not a moving service. You know, they are your friends and they would love to help you out, but at the same time, you don't exploit your friends just so you can move, right? So feed them well, make sure that they're happy, lots of sugar, lots of carbs, that kind of thing. Makes moving a lot easier if you're gonna use friends. Okay, this next one is probably the most important one on this list, and something that I've literally used in the past, and that is Frogbox. So if you don't know what Frogbox is, essentially it takes the cardboard boxes, replaces it with sturdy plastic boxes that are reusable. Not only are these boxes awesome, they stack easily, they carry a lot, they make sure everything is safe, they don't fall apart, they don't tear, they don't puncture, none of that. And what happens is, kind of like with the shipping container, Frogbox will drop off all of the frog boxes that you need, and they all kind of stack nicely together. You use them, when you're done, tell Frogbox you're done, and they'll come and they'll take them away. And it's the easiest thing in the world, and it makes moving so much easier. You can fit so much more in those boxes. They're kind of nice ergonomic handles on there so you can hold on to it. And I reached out to Frogbox, and they are offering viewers of this video a discount. So all you gotta do is go on their website and go promo code FROGBOX10. If you put that promo code in, then you will be able to get 10% off of your order if you're thinking of moving and using the Frogboxes. I definitely recommend it. Great company and really, really useful when it comes to moving. You'll never go back to regular boxes after you've done Frogbox, I can promise you that. I think that pretty much does it for moving tips, tricks, hacks, that kind of thing. These are some of my favorite ones that I've picked up over the years. You may have others. If you have other moving hacks, feel free to sound off in the comments below. And if you want a link to Frogbox, I'll put them in the description as well. Please subscribe, like this video. You can hit the notification bell if you like, that way you'll know anytime I upload. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. That was loud.